Let's talk about a skill that's, honestly, becoming as basic as reading or writing these days, and that's talking to AI. Because in this new world we're in, you don't need to be a programmer to tell a machine what to do. Nope, your words, they're the new code.
You've probably heard this phrase before, right? Garbage in, garbage out. It used to be something you'd only hear from data scientists, but now it applies to every single one of us. The quality of what you get out of an AI is a direct mirror of the quality you put in. It's just like any conversation. If you ask a vague question, well, you're going to get a vague answer.
Oh man, we've all been there. You ask for something, and the AI comes back with a response that's, well, it's just not quite right, is it? It's so frustrating. But here's the thing. It's not always the AI's fault. A lot of the time, it comes down to how we ask.
So how do we get better at asking? How do we get what we actually want? Well, the answer is a skill called prompt engineering. And this, right here, is the key that unlocks the incredible power that's sitting right at your fingertips.
Think of it like this. If you're trying to talk to someone who speaks a totally different language, you have to be super clear, super precise, right? Prompt engineering is pretty much the art of speaking the AI's language. It's about translating what's in your head into instructions it can understand and, totally nail.
And wow, the difference is just night and day. A poor prompt like, "Tell me about AI," is like shooting in the dark. But a better prompt, it gives the AI a clear target. It gives it an audience, a tone, a format, and that one simple shift, it changes absolutely everything.
Okay, so how do we write these great prompts every single time? It's not about memorizing a ton of complicated rules, I promise. It's all about a simple, really memorable framework. Let's dive into the 5 pillars of success.
And here they are: clarity, context, constraint, creativity, and correction. If you can master these 5, you'll go from just using AI to actually collaborating with it. So let's break each one down.
First up, clarity. This is the absolute foundation. You have to be specific. Instead of being vague, be explicit. Think of it like giving directions. You wouldn't just say, "Hey, go to the store." No, you'd give a specific address, maybe a route. It's the exact same idea with AI.
Next up, context. And let me tell you, this one is a total game changer. You can actually give the AI a role, a persona. Tell it to act like a doctor or a professional copywriter, or heck, even a pirate captain. When you do that, you're not just getting information, you're getting a specific viewpoint, a tailored tone, and a way more interesting response.
Third, we have constraint. Now, this might sound a little counterintuitive, but setting boundaries is so important. Think of a sculptor. They start with this huge block of marble, and what do? They chip away everything that's not the statue. By giving the AI constraints, like a word count or a specific tone, you're doing the same thing. You're chipping away all the noise and guiding it to a much cleaner, more useful result.
So once you've really mastered these pillars, you can start to level up your skills in a big way. This is where you really push the limits of what's possible and start tackling some seriously complex stuff. Let's peek at a few advanced techniques.
Now, don't be intimidated by the names, okay? Things like chain of thought are just clever ways to help the AI think more logically, by breaking a problem down into smaller pieces. And few-shot learning, that's just about giving the AI a couple of quick examples to learn from right there in your prompt.
And here's a pro tip you can use right away. If you have a really complex problem, try just adding the simple phrase, "think aloud" before answering. It can dramatically improve the AI's accuracy. It basically forces the AI to show its work, step by step, which helps you catch any mistakes and just get a way better result. It's like having a brilliant assistant who explains their entire thought process.
But here's the thing. It's not just about the tactics. It's really about a mindset. To get truly great at this, you need to shift how you think about interacting with AI in the first place.
That's it right there. It's not a one-shot command. It's a conversation. Your first prompt is just the opening line. If the response isn't perfect, you don't just give up and start over. You refine it. You clarify. You build on what you already have.
And here are some really practical ways to use that mindset. You can ask the AI to role-play for a more creative answer, give it step-by-step instructions for a super thorough response, or even tell it to respond in a specific format, like JSON, if you're building something.
Of course, knowing what not to do is just as important. Try to avoid leading questions that might accidentally bias the AI. Keep your prompts focused. Don't try to ask 10 things at once. And don't forget to use negative instructions, like telling the AI which words or phrases to avoid using.
So why is this also important? Why is prompt engineering more than just a neat party trick for chatbots? Well, because this skill is quickly becoming fundamental to how we all work, create, and, innovate.
As AI gets more and more integrated into every single industry, from medicine to marketing, the ability to clearly communicate what we want, that's going to be a massive advantage. It's the difference between being a passive user of AI and being an active creator with it.
I want you to let that sink in for a moment. Just like reading and writing were the literacy of the industrial age, talking effectively with AI, that's the new literacy of our time. It is a foundational skill for pretty much everyone.
Think of the AI as this powerful orchestra, capable of creating the most incredible things, but it needs a conductor to guide it, right? Your prompts, they are that conductor's baton, turning all that raw computing power into a masterpiece.
And that's really the big takeaway here. This isn't just about being more efficient, it's about being empowered. You now have the framework to communicate your ideas with more power and precision than ever before. So go on, experiment, play with it, and see what you can build.